All right, you read the title. You know what we're here for. Another tier list. This time for MCU Phase 5. We got a good amount of movies and shows to put on this tier list, so let's just get into this. We got a pretty mixed bag this phase, starting with Ant-Man Quantumania and ending with Ironheart. But in no particular order, let's get it cracking. All right, so we got Agatha All Along up first. Coming off of WandaVision like 4 years too late, this one I kind of, I'm not gonna say I dislike this, but I don't think that it just wasn't for me, honestly. Like, I really didn't connect with the story. I don't like musicals, which this is pretty much is. Like, I despise musicals. Like, out of all visual forms of storytelling, why would I want someone to sing it to me? No. Not gonna lie, musicals really grind my gears, but I did like, this was coming off of a lot of really, like, obviously mentioned WandaVision, but shows prior to this coming out like what, Secret Invasion, like Miss Marvel, things like that. Echo, was this before Echo? I really don't know, but I was gonna just saying that to say this, I enjoyed the technical side of it, like the production design, like the sets, the costuming, the performances, the practical effects and whatnot. I really enjoyed it in that sense, but I just did not connect with the story at all. It just really wasn't for me, which is okay, bro. You don't have to connect with every single story. But with that being said, where do we put this? Definitely not B tier. I wouldn't say D tier, definitely C tier, because like I said, like, I enjoyed the technical behind the scenes aspects of the show, but I just did not connect with it at all. Like, I really love what Catherine Hahn as Agatha. She's really fun. We get what's her name, Aubrey Plaza as what, like Rio, or oh, full spoilers for all this, by the way. All these projects, full spoilers, so if you haven't seen any, I don't, yeah, I'm not holding it back, but yeah, it's good at C tier. Then we got Ant-Man Quantumania. Okay, this movie, Ant-Man Quantumania and Thor Love and Thunder, were these back-to-back MCU movies? Hold on, let me check that real quick. No, I was wrong. For some reason, I thought Ant-Man Quantumania and Thor Love and Thunder came out like each other back-to-back. But Thor Love and Thunder and Quantumania kind of broke my Marvel brain. I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, before then, I was really, I wouldn't say the MCU couldn't do any wrong, but I wasn't, nothing was overly bad to me before then, honestly. Like, stuff could be mid, but nothing was overly bad. And these two movies made me like reevaluate how I see the MCU, honestly. Cause like, I was like, whoa, these movies really aren't bulletproof. I'm not even saying like, oh my god, every movie is perfect in the MCU. Like I said, there's some mid, but I don't know. I just found something to like in all of them, and even in these, I did as well. But it was just like, whoa, okay. Let me reevaluate how I really like think about these movies, and like really more so like on the review side and like doing YouTube now and stuff. Because I was like, Thor: Love and Thunder was enjoyable, but bro, that movie's ass. Or at least it was enjoyable the first time I watched it. Like, I didn't have a bad time with it. Where there's something in this list where I watched in the theaters and I did not like my time, and I've never felt like that way about an MCU movie. But we'll get to that. But Ant-Man Quantumania though, bro, my problem with this movie is it took Ant-Man away from everything that made him fun in the MCU. Like, you take him away from his supporting cast, like you don't get no Luis, you don't get like none of his heist buddies that were like fun to, pal around with, and you don't do any interesting things with Ant-Man's powers. You take him to the quantum realm, like even uh uh Ant-Man and the Wasp, but which a lot of people dislike. I think it's fine, but even then, that had a lot of a good amount of sequences, or action sequences with his powers, like with the Wasp, when she's in the kitchen and she's turning salt and pepper shakers really big. She's dodging knives like in her small form, and you're getting like cool shots with her doing that. There was nothing in Quantum Mania where it's like, oh, his powers feel like, it just didn't hit, because it was like you shrink, but you're already small. You go big and you're still small. Like there was no really sense of scale to his shrinking and stuff. It was more like trippy visuals with like the quantum realm, which was like, why are you bringing Ant Man to that? And why are you like? So it was just so just everything that I felt was fun with Ant Man. It just took him away from all of that. Really, one of the only redeeming qualities besides Paul Rudd. He's always fun to watch on screen. He's always enjoyable to see act. And but besides him, and I don't think anyone really turns in a bad performance. But besides him, the only redeeming quality to this movie is Kang, like Jonathan Majors as Kang. I just feel like he was a really the performance. Like he got beat by Ant Man. Like come on, bro, how you're setting up your big baddie to be beat by Ant Man? I can go on forever, but I just felt like his performance was really strong in that movie. It's really only one of the redeeming qualities. And then MODOK, I was like, oh my god, I'm not like the biggest MODOK fan in the world, like, but he's been around enough through my childhood, seeing him like in various cartoons and games where it's like, oh, okay, I'm like excited to see MODOK. I knew and what they did with him in Ant-Man, making him Darren Cross, and he's like not running like AIM or whatever, like that's fine. But making him Darren Cross, the antagonist from the first movie, and he's all weird and messed up because he got shrunk down and sent to the quantum realm. I felt like that was a really interesting take on MODOK, and then they didn't really commit to it though. Like they like he looks so goofy. Like you're not gonna mess up his face or anything. The only time he looks like semi-comic accurate is when he had that mask on. He barely has it on. And then just the way he turned, there was good setup for him, but then they just did jack shit with it, honestly. It just felt, I didn't really like that at all. And I guess like, I don't even remember what happens to him at the end of that movie, but I feel like there is room to redeem him, make him a bit more ugly when he comes back somehow, some way. I don't know. Say he got messed up leaving the quantum realm or something. I don't know. But you can redeem him, but it's just, yeah. Bro, this movie broke my brain. It's definitely, is it terrible though? Is it D tier or terrible? That's where I'm tripping up with this, honestly. D tier or terrible? And I think honestly, what would have redeemed this movie is if they just killed Ant-Man at the end. Like Paul Rudd, what is like 60? He's not 60. He's like in his 50s or something. Hold on, let me look up Paul Rudd's age. He's 56, but he's damn near 60. So it's like at that point, how much more mileage are you gonna get out of Scott Lang as a character with Paul Rudd, Before like this reset with that Secret Wars is supposedly doing. So it's like, why not? Just kill him. You set up some good stakes for Kang. Or you can just leave him trapped in the quantum realm, Something like that. I don't know. It just felt, I really like the end though, where he has like that existential crisis of like, did we do the right thing? Because Kang said if he doesn't get free, then a whole bunch of other Kangs are going to come or whatever. And then he's just like really contemplating that and he just goes on about his day. That was really funny. But then, yeah, other than that, D tier terrible. Nah, there's some stuff I really think is terrible, so we'll put Quantum Mania in D tier. Captain America 4, Brave New World. I got some choice words for that, so we're going to save that a little later. Daredevil Born Again. Bro, the fact that this show was even semi-coherent is a miracle. If you don't know like the lore, I'm not gonna get fully deep into it, but basically they filmed a good chunk of this show, and Marvel was being Disney, and they basically were rebooting the show, not continuing the Netflix stuff that everyone loves. They were throwing all that out, throwing out Karen Page, throwing out Foggy Nelson. I don't even think they were in the original show, but they basically filmed a good chunk of the show, and I guess Daredevil didn't get suited up until a good chunk into the show, and it was like a court procedural, and it wasn't like really a lot of superhero stuff, but basically it wasn't working, and I think this was like the start of Marvel Disney culling their projects. Like, we got to pump the brakes a little bit. We're got quantity over quality, and so that's why we're getting less stuff in the future, and going forward and whatnot, and getting things a little bit more focused. But the fact that there's definitely problems with this show, but I think the fact that it is even something is great. And oh my gosh, bro, Wilson, what's his name in real life? Is it Wilson Bethel or something? As Bullseye, psh, bro, that's top tier casting right there, honestly. And he was such a evil bastard in that show. I love that too. And then one of my favorite scenes in the MCU, uh, Daredevil and the Punisher going back and forth, and just seeing them two bicker is just so fun, bro. Punisher saying, "I don't have time for your candy ass superhero shit." Like that was John Barenthal. Oh, I'm so glad he's in Spider-Man, bro. John Barenthal is Frank Castle. That's top tier casting too. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these there's some shoddy visuals, like CGI stuff and like shoddy green screen. There's some lackluster like episodes that just feel weird and disjointed from this season, but like overall, bro, I mean, Daredevil season 3 is probably one of my favorite Marvel projects in general. Definitely ooh, Loki's kind of fighting for that spot, but is it? I don't know. It's definitely one of my favorite shows though, for sure. For sure, for sure. If it's not one, it's definitely two. But see, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of seeing people back. Kingpin going crazy. Setting up some good street level shenanigans with the vigilante task force. Hopefully that bleeds into Spider-Man or bleeds into some more street level stuff, and we don't abandon that too quickly with Fisk becoming mayor and stuff. And oh, the supporting cast. I really like the supporting cast a lot. uh Kingpin's little subordinate, I forget his name, but he was really good. I liked him a lot and what he was turning into, and the scumbag he was turning into. That was really fun. And like the reporter, Ben Urich's daughter, I feel like she was really fun. And it does a lot of shots of like the city and like interviewing residents and whatnot, and it just made it really feel grounded and really human, honestly. But yeah, I don't think it's anything higher than B though, honestly. And season two, I that's when I feel like we'll see the show in full force and like best foot forward. So I feel like I know for sure season two is gonna be a big step up. So really excited for that to be a better show. But yeah, B feels right for Daredevil. Deadpool and Wolverine. I might grind some people's gears with this, but Deadpool and Wolverine, I mean, I did a whole tangent. I'm not gonna go too much, but if you want to like check out in-depth thoughts, you can go watch that video. But long story short, it's good slop. It's honestly good slop. Again, I think it has the Ant-Man problem. You take him away from everything that made the character fun. Not everything, but where's his supporting cast? Like we get no Dopender, is that his name? But no Negasonic Warhead teenage Warhead, whatever her name is. No like Colossus. Barely any of his like girl. No Cable. I really didn't expect Cable, but it's just you have him go back in time and get his whole like team back and his crew back, and then you don't really, again, you just take him away from that, and I feel like it just traded that for just hollow multiverse stuff. Wolverine in this is probably my favorite Wolverine on screen, just Hugh Jackman's performance, but it just feels redundant of Logan, honestly. Like it's not a new arc. It's and then like you got really shoddy visuals. There's a lot of telling and not showing with Logan's backstory. I feel like it just and then when you do get the multiversal stuff, like I wouldn't even say cameos because they play a part in the story. You get Blade, Electra, Gambit, all of them, and it's just like feels very hollow with them as well. Like, I don't really feel the only like emotion I really felt during this movie was the van scene when Logan's really like tearing into Deadpool, and like he gets silent, he makes them like the just the where I guess the when they're just really interacting, you like the dialogue and their performances really shine when they're in the diner, when they're in the van. Um, that's the only time I really felt anything. When you get like that scene with X-23 and Logan when they're out in the woods and like before she convinces him to help them or whatever, like that's literally just Logan. Like that's literally the arc. And so I just felt like it was super hollow emotionally. I'm gonna get people, oh, you're going to a Deadpool movie and expecting like a fire story emotion, bro. The first two Deadpool movies are pretty good, and I feel like they have a good emotional core for their stories, and so I don't really think that's a valid excuse, honestly. And like I like when Deadpool's like more jokey and cheap tricks, but I feel like there's a deeper layer to him. And I even feel there is, and so I don't really feel like this movie tapped into that in a way that is really like impactful to the narrative. I feel like it was just good enough, and I don't know. I'm at a point, and I'll get to this more when I talk about Cap 4. Just I'm at a point with the superhero stuff where, and this extends to like Star Wars too. It good enough is not good enough for me. Like honestly, because you you hit the highs. We know what the highs are. Something like Guardians 3, something like Infinity War, Winter Soldier. We know what the highs are. So once you deliver something, I'll get back to this point. But I really like this movie's fun. I'm over here like ragging on the movie, but I've seen this movie like 3-4 times, Deadpool Wolverine. So I don't think it's like, oh my god, this a terrible thing. It's just it could have been more, and it had potential to be more, and it just didn't do that. And then I think the action scene. So I was Mr. Sunday Movies, their podcast, The Weekly Planet with Nick Mason. They kind of ruined this movie for me because I was like, whoa, this is some of the best MCU action. The choreography is great. I think the choreography for the action is really good, especially like just seeing Logan like. I feel like this is really one of the only X-Men movies that show Logan's super strength. Other movies, they don't really like show that. Like he's throwing Deadpool through walls. Like he's has like his strength on display, and I really like that a lot. Just see him go feral when he's on the ground, running towards Deadpool, using his claws and spinning, cutting his guns, and like that van fight, using that and the environment of the van. Like at one point, Logan's outside of the van and he runs to it and hits it, and so the airbag deploys and knocks Deadpool back, and then he lunges in, like using like all the choreography for it is like really great. But then they made a point on that podcast that it feels weightless, and of course these guys have healing factors and whatnot, but it just they're just stabbing each other and there's no like real consequence to it. Like I don't feel like it really used the healing factors to of for them in a good way. Like there's no like cutting off limbs of like Deadpool and like him growing it back and having like a baby arm for a little bit of it, and just or have like seeing him out of that disadvantage or whatnot. Or like I feel like you could take it even like a bit further and just like, and I know the other movies didn't really do this, so it's like what am I complaining about? But I just feel like there's a little bit, we've seen this stuff like already, so I feel like there's a little bit more innovation that can come from it. Like you're stabbing different muscles, and like maybe like an arm goes limp, like since you can't chop off Logan's arm because his adamantium skeleton, maybe Deadpool pinpoints like his like tendons and stuff, and so his arm goes limp, and so he can't use it, so he's fighting with one arm. Like I feel like there's a lot more stuff you could do with it, and I just felt weightless. And that end fight with all the Deadpools kind of heats me up a little bit, because I feel like you get all these Deadpool variants. You're getting like a samurai one, you're getting like a futuristic one, you're getting like a monk one, you're getting like you're getting all these type of different ones, and like they don't do anything different. I feel like that was a really good moment to, and like they do this like a little bit. Like there's one from like 2099 or whatever, like a future one, and like she hits Logan or Deadpool with electric baton, and like that's different than just swords and guns. And I feel like they could have leaned into that a lot more, the uniqueness of the Deadpools, and so it just feels weightless, honestly. That's like this movie just feels hollow, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable, my friend. I will tell you that. Now, B or C tier for me. B or C tier. Hold on, let me check my notes to see if I have anything else to say. Oh, um, getting the tease for Hulk and Wolverine, that was again multiverse nonsense, hollowness, yeah, whatever. But it works sometimes. It works. I mean, I'm not even saying yeah, it works sometimes. And just seeing that, bro, that just made me so giddy and just made me think about the like I mean, you've seen them fight before in the comics, but just the old and not old, I guess it's old now, but the animated Hulk versus movies with Dead Wolverine, and just like we need to see that on the big screen, bro. We need to. What is that? Oh, wait. Oh, it's just my. All right, my fault, my fault. Like we need to see that, but and then Wolverine's costume. It's kind of buns. Not gonna lie. I'm glad he got the colors, but it looks like a. Someone pointed out it looks like if they had to make a spacesuit for Wolverine, that's what it would look like, and it's so crazy that you get a superior costume and he barely wears it. That brown suit when he like is about to fight the Hulk, like why why don't you have the yellow and blue looking like that? Like it didn't feel over designed. It felt like super bare bones basic and like really in a good comic book way. But yeah. Yeah, so B or C. Just off the sheer amount of times I've seen this movie, like 3 or 4 times, it has to be a B, honestly. Yeah, I put that at a B. Echo. I'm gonna keep it a band with you, buddy. I don't remember a lot of this show. The only thing I really remember is Daredevil and Kingpin. I just feel like if other characters are the highlight of your show. Okay, let me rewind because it kind of I'm like being mean spirited about it. Because I really did like the lead actress and the fact that she's like an amputee and she's actually um she has to sign. Wait, is she? Yeah, she's deaf. I was like, I was is she blind? No, she's not blind. She's deaf, and so I feel like the fact that she's actually has those disabilities in real life, and she put on a really great performance in the show. I feel like that's something to speak about. But other than that, I just again, this is just it's a victim of the of the too much quantity, problem. Like I don't feel like the writing was really strong. Um, and then Echo as a character, the only experience I have with her in the comics is the Moon Knight run by what Jeff Lemire, and she's in that, but she's like kind of like a Taskmaster character where she can see you do something and she could mimic it, and just the powers that they did give her and like her costume, and I know it's like culturally significant. I don't think the costume looked that great, and then the powers just felt like really vague. Like what can she actually do? Like is like super strength, and I don't know. It just didn't really work, and I just really remember Kingpin. I really liked her and Kingpin's like relationship in it, and just like the weird, not weird, but like toxic bond they have. But yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, back to the Daredevil thing. We were talking about Echo, but I just love the way they utilized I say Deadpool, Daredevil in that, because he just felt like he just came in and busted up her shop with the operation they had, and he just left. Like it just felt like, oh, this what it feels like to be on the receiving end of these beatings, and it just did that. I just hope we get more of that type of stuff. It's just like a random hero just popping in and just fucking up your shit and then just bouncing. But what else could they do that with? I don't know, because we don't really have any villain centric projects, at least for now. Hopefully with the DCU leaning into that, with I know it's not part of the DCU, but with the Penguin, and then we're getting Clayface next year. I hope we do get to see some more villain stuff, because I really think we could, or the MCU could make some bangers with like a Doom movie. That's the only one that comes to my head right now. But I mean, even a Thanos movie would have been good, honestly, and kind of sprinkle the Guardians in on that a little bit. But yeah, um, Echo is did I like Echo as much as Agatha? Uh C or D? I did not say Siri. I said C or D. D. It's D because Daredevil was doing a lot of heavy lifting for that to like put it into C. Because I'm just thinking of compared to Agatha, I didn't really like. I'm trying to remember like the visuals. I think Agatha's definitely stronger, and just like overall, just like the back end of it, like the technical side. Yeah, it's D tier. I'm not gonna stress about it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Not much to say, but it's one of my favorite MCU movies. One, it's just a really good movie overall. Oh my gosh, I just love the way it just brings everyone's stories home, and whatever that looks like for them, whether they're continuing on the team, or if they're splitting apart or leaving the team. I feel like, and then the fact that James Gunn pulled this movie off when the Russo brothers killed Gamora, and that wasn't part of his plan, like for these movies. And I think, and still did a heartfelt story. And I love the way that they just didn't have Peter and Gamora get back together, because she's not the same person. And I just felt like that felt like really real, honestly. And just the way that she found her family just wasn't with them anymore. And just, yeah, bro. This movie is just insanely good. And I saw it at a time where I was like going through a bad breakup. And so the Gamora and Peter thing, definitely at the moment, like seeing it really hit hard for me. And so, but then, revisiting this movie, I mean, it's still, oh my gosh. And those points still hit, even without, that strong personal connection with the movie. And like the song choices for this movie, like what Creep by Radiohead at the beginning, what was it, Fleming, something. Hold on, I gotta find it, because that is a banger, bro. When Peter's on the deck of the ship and like you get like the blue, I don't know, space, whatever's happening. What's that song called? It's by like the Oh, do you realize the Flaming Lips? Like that's a banger. Like, oh my gosh. I don't really like go crazy for like James Gunn's like soundtrack. Like, it's good for the movie, but it's like it's very like, this was the first time where I was like, whoa, these are some like really good songs. But like the action's great. Adam Warlock's really fun. Yeah. S tier. S tier. There's not much to say. Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I did not see you. I am Groot. So haven't watched. That was quick. So Loki season 2, bro. Come on. Definitely one of the. Is it as good as season 1? I think. That's really a toss up. I'm not gonna go through that because that's not the point of this. But season 2, bro. It's just a well made show. The cinematography, the score, the performances, Owen Wilson, and love seeing Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston, Loki, just going back and forth. You get Ke-Huy Quan in this, in the mixture. It's just all around, and just where the story ends with Loki for this is just, oh my gosh, bro. Just, I can't put into words how much this show like just has that. It's a cut above. And like that ending shot. Is it the ending shot? But whenever Morbius is looking into the wait, Morbius, not Morbius. What is his name? Hold on. Mobius, not Morbius. We're not talking about you, Jared Leto. Just that ending shot when he's looking at the sunset, bro. Just, bro. S tier, another S tier. I don't even want to. We can gush and gash about this all day, but let's just throw it up. The Marvels. Okay, this was a disappointing one. Because I like all the characters in it. I think this movie suffers from the biggest thing is Captain Marvel not getting a sequel movie until this. I feel like it's dealing with a lot. Like, you're dealing with Monica Rambeau, you're dealing with Captain Marvel, you're dealing with Miss Marvel. I feel like Miss Marvel's arc in this should have been Captain Marvel 2, and then we get this movie. And this, honestly, this whole phase suffers from lack of sequels. But I just feel like there's just a lot to juggle narratively, and then The villain and the story I feel like were really lackluster. I really like the directing of it by Nia DaCosta, and I feel like she really got shafted from this movie, and it's very rare. She came out and said that like what this movie's final product was not her vision from the beginning, and that's really rare for a director to say that about a MCU movie before the movie comes out. Usually we get these type of stories a little bit after, but she was very vocal about. And when oh my gosh, when this movie came out, the media just tried to paint her like as like an incompetent director and like blaming her, and it was just like clearly you can see it's just too many hands in the pot. Whether that's like, you know, cutting stuff from the movie and like, you know, editing wise or whatnot, but I feel like the action was really good, the camera work and stuff was really good, and I feel like it was a good the what am I trying to say? Like the MacGuffin, not MacGuffin, but it was a good plot device to have their powers, them switch places when they use their powers, because you get Captain Marvel sees freaking Superman basically, and she's gonna could just steamroll anything. So that was a good way to handicap her and like have all these three women work together. Kamala Khan, Iman Vellani. Oh my god, that's generational casting right there. She's always literally in everything she's in, she's great. So yeah, it just really suffered from like a lackluster story, just too many hands in the pot. Just didn't really feel focused. I like Nick Fury in this. It's funny, like he just kind of you're coming off the back of Secret Invasion, and you kind of get like happy-go-lucky Nick Fury again. So that's that was fun to see. But yeah, it just hurt for like more than anything besides, you know, this movie getting botched like behind the scenes. Just really didn't have what hurt this movie the most was not having a sequel to Captain Marvel, because I feel like that would have alleviated a lot of stuff narratively from this movie, and you could have fit some more I guess more time to focus on, I feel like, them as a group and them working on this problem, not like kind of having this a sequel to three different series. Like this is a sequel to Captain Marvel, this is a sequel to Miss Marvel the show, this is a sequel to WandaVision, and where Monica Rambeau is doing. But this is coming off the back of probably one of my favorite MCU post-credit scenes of in Miss Marvel, when she uses her bangle and she switches places with Captain Marvel. And it just, one, I really love the way that post-credit scene was shot and just like the color grading and stuff. But like I just felt like it was such an interesting, it was one of the most interesting of the of in a while. Just coming off the back of just like a random like cameos, like where's this leading to? Yeah, it just felt like the most like concrete, and it was gonna get followed up to. I just felt like it was just like whoa, whatever's happening next with this plot line, I'm trying to see. And it's like I couldn't say the same for a lot of post credit scenes before that. But with all that being said, I definitely do. I drop Agatha to a I think I drop Agatha to a C, because I definitely don't like it as much, and it's definitely not up here with these Deadpool. You might be moving Deadpool and Wolverine because, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think that sits comfortably at a C. Secret Invasion. I mean, do I do I go on a rant? Like, we know this show's ass. I feel like the biggest, it just, bro, how do you make Secret Invasion boring? Like, you, hold on, bro. I gotta go to the notes on this one. This is the first time you're getting a Nick Fury solo adventure, and you make it buns. You make it buns. How and why? Not only that, it's just the whole spectacle of Secret Invasion. You know, in the comics, like you get startling revelations that some of the key heroes have been replaced and been Skrulls this whole time. But you're doing this in a Disney Plus show, and you're not gonna get any of those heroes back. And if you do, you're kind of recontextualizing the whole MCU, and that just like, it kind of in a way ruins it if you did it without proper like seeds planted, if that wasn't the goal from the start. I feel like it just undermines a lot of arcs, and that's why they say with Rhodey, like he gets picked up. What do they say? He gets picked up. I don't even remember. Is it after Civil War or is it after Endgame? Regardless, you, the only major person that's really a scroll is Rhodey because that was the person that's gonna have the least amount of consequences on the plot to be a scroll. So it's like you do that, and then like what? The one dude from Black Panther was a scroll or something. Okay, like Nick Fury has a secret scroll wife. Okay, and then the ending, like it's it's comical what Nick Fury does to the scrolls though. Like this man says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna find you guys a planet," and he just says, "Fuck you guys. I'm gonna use all your people to do secret espionage stuff for me, and I'm not gonna find you a planet." Like Nick Fury is a true dickhead for that, honestly. But just the last fight with what is her name, Gaia, and just like a power off with the yeah. Ugh. The most egregious thing they did is they killed Robin Scherbatsky. How are you gonna kill Maria Hill so lackluster? Was that like in the first episode? Like, oh my gosh, bro. And like, oh my god, I'm a Maria Hill shooter. Like, she's not like my favorite character in MCU, but whenever she pops up, it was fun. It's like, oh shoot, Maria Hill, Nick Fury. Like, okay, cool, cool, cool. Like when they pop up in Far From Home. Okay, cool. I know they're scrolls, but like, yeah, it's like she was there from like Avengers 1, bro. I just feel like she definitely needed more love than the killing her so unceremoniously in Secret Invasion. So that marks the first spot for terrible. Bye bye Secret Wars. I hope when we do or Secret Invasion, I hope when we do Secret Wars the reboot, you get X out of the timeline, honestly. Thunderbolts, one of the better Marvel movies, honestly. I loved when this movie first got announced. I was really not that excited for it because the members on this didn't their powers just seem redundant. Like you got like three super soldiers, like three super spies. The only one with powers on this is Ghost, like actual powers, besides like super strength. And then, but like always, I was always interested in the character dynamics, like seeing Yelena and what's Red Guardian interact again, seeing Red Guardian interact with Bucky. What's his name? Not Paul Walker, John Walker, right? U.S. agent. I feel like he's U.S. agent along with like Yelena is probably one of the best. There were some of the best new characters in the MCU for sure. I really like the production. And then besides, not really being jazzed about like the powers and whatnot, when we started finding out more about this movie, learning the creative team behind it, like you get the director, he worked on Beef, a Netflix show that's super fire. The writers on Beef worked on this, which like that show handles a lot of toxic dynamics between characters, and so them working with these toxic characters with toxic dynamics with each other really worked well. You get the cinematographer who did the Green Knight, like just the whole back end. And like I'll probably like, if you frequent this channel, like I really do enjoy like the more not more, but I really enjoy the technical side of things, like the cinematography, the score, the visuals, everything like that. Like that really goes a long way for me, and I really think that hit all those points really well. And I really love the third act for this movie. It's not this giant fight. It's not like this invasion. It's just these group of people are trying to pull Bob the Sentry out of his depression. I feel like there's really good themes about, mental health and whatnot. It is a bit on the nose, a bit like, in your face, like it's not really subtle about it, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that. But I've seen people like criticize that, like, oh my god, baby's first movie about depression. And there's definitely, I feel like there's definitely like sprinkles of that throughout the MCU, but I feel like this was the first movie to really delve into that. And I learned new things about mental health and just the stuff that the Century dealt with, like delusion of grandeur. Like I didn't know what that was before this, and I was like, oh, and I looked into it. I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense, and it makes sense on why the Sentry is just as bad. Not maybe not just as bad, but he's, you know, he's as bad as the, well, for lack of better reasoning or term, whatever. He's as bad as the Void, and so it's like, and that's why he doesn't want to use his powers at all. So I just feel like it was a really good switch up of the third act for a lot of these superhero movies. It felt fresh. I love the choreography of the fights. Like when the Sentry fight, when they all fight the Sentry, delectable. I love that so much. And seeing the Sentry's power and seeing that, I love seeing that type of power in like the different ways that they portray it on screen, like the Superman esque like strength and speed. We get a little bit of that with Icarus in Eternals, and it was really cool to see how they did it here, and just like, the way he like creates like a little after image when he like does super speed and whatnot, and just seeing all that was really cool. And I think really the only problem I have with this movie, it just doesn't give a lot to do to all of the members, like the main people. And you gotta, and an ensemble group, like you gotta have a main character, but I feel like, at one point you're going through their void rooms or whatever, and you're like going through their past. I feel like they really missed a beat not showing everyone's. And I know like you can make the point of, oh, we already know about what John Walker struggles and da 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 da, like you don't have to do it again. But I feel like there's different aspects that you could show. Like we never really got to see like John. We get glimpses of it in this movie, but just how that messed with his head, or losing the Captain America status. Like we see, obviously, like his wife left him, like he's ignoring his kid, but like, you could dive a little deeper into that, and I feel like that was a really misstep. And so, yeah, I don't, and really like Ghost has nothing to do, pretty much at all. Like she don't really commit or contribute to really anything besides fighting. And so yeah, I'm gonna put this A. That's A. I really liked it a lot, honestly. It was a really good looking movie. Solid set design, visual effects, all that. Sentry's really fun. But yeah, A tier. What is this one? Season 2. Okay. I'm keeping a band with you. I did not really watch season 3, didn't watch at all. Honestly, I don't think. It's just, bro, What If started off fine. I don't really love the animation style. It really shines in some aspects, like with the Captain Marvel Thor fight, the Doctor Strange stuff. I really think it shines in those like sequences. But let me pull up the episode list, because they were just like, okay, I think I did see all of these. No, I didn't. Because like, look, bro, we're getting What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas. Wait, is that the one who turns into Hulk? I honestly, so it's like, bro, it's so forgettable, bro. I don't even like remember what I've seen, but like, there's decent ones, like What If Hella Found the 10 Rings? That was really fun. That's the only one I really remember. Yeah, I didn't watch all of these because I remember, someone said What If Kahari Reshaped the World was good, and I didn't check that out. Yeah, I watched What If Nebula joined the Nova Corps. Yeah, it's just like they just had really like uninteresting ideas. Honestly, what if Captain, like, oh my God, Captain Carter, bro, retire her, please. Yeah, so I gotta put that in. I'm gonna put season 2 in D. Yeah, that was go D. X-Men 97, bro. Great. I mean, the original series is a little bit before my time. I only caught like glimpses here and there. So I can't like say, oh my God, I'm a huge fan of it. But what I've seen is like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. So it's like, but then this, I just feel like I was trying to rewatch. I was trying to watch the series before this came out, but I didn't get like very far. Got like a couple episodes in, but you get the feel. So with old Marvel shows, I don't know if I can like say shows in general, but they move at a clip. Like they get moving and grooving, and I feel like this series, it mixed that quick moving, but with like better dialogue and better like character interactions, or I wouldn't even say better necessarily, just more fluid. It doesn't feel as clunky. And like those shows are very of its time, and I feel like this was a great like a revamp of all that, and just the fight sequences, the animation, bro. You get like really like some anime influences, like shots. Like there's one shot of Rogue like kicking, fighting a Sentinel, and she just does like it just does a really like anime esque shot. Like Cyclops, the things that they make him do in this show, just the way he uses his concussive blast, like you really like the way he's like fighting a group of guys in one of the like, early episodes, and like he's using it to move around on the battlefield, slide around and get like the tactical advantage, like the impact frames. One thing I really loved about this show is how they made Wolverine take a back seat. Cause Wolverine, bro, he gets all the shine, but I feel like this show did it in a way where he wasn't forefront. He didn't have a lot of dialogue, but whenever he said something, you listen. Whenever you hung on those words, like it was always poignant. It was always something worth like hearing from Logan when he decided to chime in. And just yeah, I feel like they really used Logan and I'm saying that because like Wolverine's one of my favorite characters, and just to see him take that back seat, but still and being able to push other members to the forefront, I really like to see. He does get all the shine. So to see that was really good. The score and just like the different arcs, like with Magneto and Genosha, and it just everything just hits so hard, bro. I got to do like official, like I got to go back to that and like really review and get into that, because every piece of that show was like really good, and I can't wait for season 2. Hopefully there's like some stuff with like the director writer or something, Bo DiMeo or something, like he got fired and whatnot. Do we even know what that was for? Oh yeah, he's like doing some weird shit on set, so yeah, I don't fuck with that. But I wonder if this show's gonna take a hit for that, because I mean, yeah, he's doing some weird shit, but I feel like season 1 worked a lot because his input, and like he was like one of the main writers on it. So, and I know they're using some of his ideas for season 2, but we'll just see if it holds up. S tier, S tier. And I know this is not really in this Spider-Man friendly neighborhood, Spider-Man friendly, yeah, whatever. And then X-Men 97, I know they're not really part of the MCU, but they just had them in here, so I just like, why not? So Spider-Man, I didn't finish, honestly. So what killed my enthusiasm for this show, like I was really liking like the beginning portions, but then they announced like the plans for like season 2, or like showing some stuff, and then they put like Spider-Gwen is coming, and that kind of really took the wind out of the sails for that, because it just, I don't know, like there's just too many. Like I feel like with the introduction of like all these spider people, like Peter, he struggles to get his own stories, especially in animation. I feel like they're always tacking on like another spider person, which I don't love. Like I like Miles Morales, and I like Kay, and I like Ben Reilly and stuff, but Miguel O'Hara. But I just feel like you're just doing a lot now. Like Gwen, she's like in the main 616 universe in the comics. Like you're getting like the Spider Boy and it's like Spider Girl, and you get Miles, which you have Miles in the mix. You have like Ben Reilly and like Active. Like it's a lot, bro. And I just feel like you don't need that many Spider-Man people. Like this is not the Bat family, you feel me? Like so like killed the momentum for me. So like, is it worth going back to finish? Is it? Because I was really liking what I was seeing, like the stuff they were doing with Dr. Octopus, and with the stuff they were doing with Tombstone in the early years with that, and I just felt like that was super compelling, and I really liked Peter's characterization in it. So like from what I've seen, so I was really liking it, and so yeah. Maybe I'll go back, but I mean, I could put it in haven't watched, but I already know it's I was liking it more than these. But I haven't finished it yet, so is it disingenuous to put it in B tier? Because like I feel like that's where it would be if I did finish the show. But we'll just put haven't watched just for yeah, so I don't hear anyone bitch. What if season 3? I haven't watched, so we're just gonna put that there. Wait, hold on. What are the episodes for that anyway? Let's see. They don't even have this. They don't even. They don't have like names for them. Is this the season where freaking Darcy and Howard the Duck have a baby? Yeah. This is not it. What if Hulk fought the Mech Avengers? Is that the one with like Mech Moon Knight? What if Agatha went to Hollywood? Like, bro, like what are we doing here? Yeah, I'm not a fan, so haven't watched. I put that into that's disingenuous, but all right. So this last one is like the phase as a whole. I was just gonna put that in there. I'll probably do like another tier list ranking the phases as a whole, but um, Brave New World, bro. Let's see how long it takes me to raise my voice, bro. This movie, it felt like a slap in the face, honestly. Like it really felt like they were playing in my face with this movie. Cause I just feel like it's so I don't like to say this because like, bro, I know I couldn't do better, but it's just so it's what are the words, bro? It's so plain. It's so like middling. Not even it's worse than it's bro, like I can't even it just feels so schlocky and just feels like such a bottom of the barrel action movie. And that was the point I forgot what I was talking about earlier where people not like people like behind the scenes were having the nerve to like say we're going back to espionage, we're going back to the Winter Soldier vibes. And then you put this out. Like it just felt like so oh my gosh, what are the it's just ass, bro. This movie's hot dog water, just straight ass. And so I had the worst time watching this movie because they know what quality is. They know what that standard is and they're delivering this. They're delivering this type of quality this late in the game. Like this movie literally feels like some Sony bullshit. Some Sony Marvel bullshit. Like it's like a tiny step above that. And that's the only redeeming qualities with this movie are the action. I feel like the action's well choreographed. The like the flight stuff, that's really cool. The Red Hulk and Anthony Mackie and slash Harrison Ford. 3-4 things. The rest, oh, and the Isaiah Bradley stuff, that's pretty good too. But it's like that you barely get any of that. What hurt this movie the most is the show that came before it that sets this up. Like what the show should have been this. Not like the exact thing, but like I mean pretty much. Like I don't think you need to do all the super soldier stuff, but like a battle for the mantle, battle for the shield between John Walker and Sam Wilson. Like oh my god, bro. You introduce so many like so many things to latch on with Sam as a character. You introduce his family and like their dynamic with that. Bucky and how he plays off of his family and whatnot. John Walker and how he feels about the shield and whatnot. Isaiah Bradley and his grandson, which is I think he's Patriot in the comics. Like you introduce so much stuff that you could even bring from that show to this movie to not make it feel redundant. Like he's literally just feel like he's earning the shield again, and he just did that for 8 fucking episodes or 6 or whatever the fuck. And just like, bro, and just like the score for this was just so standard, like spy, like oh my, like it feels like there's no effort in this movie. That's what it feels like. It feels like there's no effort. And then Sam Wilson, Captain America's first movie outing, you tack on a Hulk sequel? Why are the fucking Red Hulk and the leader in this movie? And it's like, my brain's about to break. You bring the leader in this movie and you make him grounded. Why? He is a green man with a giant noggin. Why are you making him have like a subdued look? Like he just has an exposed brain. And then you don't even get, you have the Red Hulk in this, and Hulk is not even there to. He's not even there. Oh my god, bro. And it's Harrison Ford, bro. He's not coming back. This man's like 80 years old. He's not coming back. Unless he's just pure Red Hulk form and you don't see Harrison. Like, he's not coming back. So it's like, bro, you tack on a Hulk sequel to this Captain America movie. You have this weird Israeli character. Then you have like, you don't bring anything, again, a Deadpool Ant-Man problem. You don't bring anything that you set up from, like, barely anything that you set up and made, us connect with Sam from the series to this movie. There's no mention of his family. You could have easily made this story around Sam. He feels like he's Captain America, right. But it could have been about Isaiah Bradley's grandson. I don't know what his name is. Patriot. We'll just call him Patriot for now. And he could have been like, kind of like an inspiring story to inspire him to be Patriot, to inspire his homie to be like the new Falcon. Like, you could have took an angle with that, and like it could have been about Isaiah Bradley. It's kind of with his arc. Like, you break down his and he's like, hold on, oh, gotta crack my back. You break down like his hatred for the government. I think he's completely valid, but like, you bring him around to not be so jaded, Maybe give some insight, mentor this new Captain America a little bit. Is there just so many routes you could have went with this, and then you make it a Hulk sequel? Why? And then, like, the whole thing with this movie, like, it was heavily marketed around Red Hulk, and he's in it at the end. So it's like, once you, like, oh my gosh, bro, like, this movie looks like ass. Like, the outside shots look shit. Like, the only thing that, like, looks good about this movie is when they're inside in their interior settings, and like, you actually get like a set, and you have Giancarlo Esposito as fucking Sidewinder. You waste him on Sidewinder, and honestly, I'm not even mad at that character. You know why? Because it felt like it was a nice setup for this Cap to have a rival, have a someone with a bone to pick with him, and I feel like they did that well. But it's like, he's and again, I'm not like, but like the guy he fights at the beginning, it seems like fucking Cottonmouth or some like snake themed name, because like Sidewinder and him, like, they're part of the Serpent Society. I'm not like a big fucking shooter for the Serpent Society, but you're gonna have them in the movie and not have any type of serpent-esque things about him. Like, it doesn't even have fucking snakeskin boots or something. Like, you're not gonna have no snake paraphernalia on them or anything like that. Like, oh my gosh, bro. You bring in, I just feel like, and then the fucking leader, he is so ass in this movie. I love the Incredible Hulk, the one with the Abomination. I love that movie. And getting that tease at the end with the gamma blood, Bruce's blood, dripping on his head, and then like bubbling up, getting bigger, and he has that smile. It's like, oh, the leader's coming. And then you finally bring him back, and he's this. Why? And he's so fucking stupid. He like says to Captain America, I miss, cause he's doing fucking big brain calculation in his mind, and he's always 10 steps ahead and whatnot. And then he's like, oh, I didn't count on you. I didn't calculate to count on you fucking turning back around and doing the right thing or some bullshit like that. You didn't fucking predict the hero of the story is gonna do the right thing, you fucking idiot. Jesus, fuck. And then alright, I'm getting too animated about this. But bro, I just felt like this movie was just like a slap in the face, bro. It's like, I wish I had my thoughts more coherent, but like, bro, this fucking movie. And it's just like, I think the really egregious point of like making Sam Wilson Captain America is This is his second appearance. Captain America only has two appearances in this new in like what? Captain America, Steve Rogers, what? He got his first movie. He got Avengers. He got Winter Soldier. He got Civil War. He was a quick cameo in Thor 2. He was a had a quick cameo in Spider-Man Homecoming. Like his presence is felt throughout the narrative, the overall narrative of the Infinity Saga. Why not do the same thing with Sam Wilson? Like he does not feel like Captain America. Like seeing Captain America in Homecoming and being like they play it for laughs when he's like on the tape or whatever with the gym or the detention thing. But it's Captain America. When he's scolding you about detention, like it's played for laughs, but it's like, okay, that's he's felt throughout. And it's just like, bro, why aren't you doing the same with Sam Wilson? And I'm not even the biggest Sam Wilson fan. Like, keep it a buck. If it was up to me, Bucky would have got the shield. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Sam Wilson, I've never heard Sam Wilson's name, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, oh, I'm jumping for joy. Like, he's a good supporting character. Anthony Mackie brings a lot of charisma to him, and he really brings him to life. But, like, Sam Wilson as a character, I can give two fucks, buddy. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, yeah, I don't really care about the character. But Anthony Mackie really brings a new, breathes life into the character. So, I would say in that regard. But, like, I don't know. It's just like you shaft this new iteration of Captain America, which is really disappointing because I'm gonna get to this point in a bit, but after we talk about Ironheart. But yeah, terrible. I honestly want to make a new tier for these two, and like just egregious. All right, yeah. So Ironheart, this was surprisingly good, like really good. I liked it a lot. As now, I'm saying that as someone who came off the back of Black Panther 2, where she got introduced, where I really didn't even like her in that movie, honestly. I just felt like, not even like just as like a character, just like I just felt like she was tacked on, and like, I don't know. I feel like the narrative could have been better without her, and you just spent more time like on the actual like Wakandan stuff. It's not like she just takes a whole big chunk away from the story, but I just feel like that time could just been used more wisely, honestly. But in this, I really ended up enjoying her character and liking her a lot. One, I think she's a very flawed character, and a character that really only like, I feel like there's only like a handful of characters that are allowed to be truly flawed. Like, she lies to people, like she uses people to get her way. I think I could be misremembering, but I feel like she doesn't start the story with noble intentions to be a superhero. Like, she's kind of like chasing the glory, the iconicness of, doing what she's doing. And then, and there's a really good line that she's having a conversation with one of her close friends, about, she asks him like, am I a good person? And then he's just like, does it matter? Because yeah, I can answer that if you're a good person or not, but it's like not that black and white. And I feel like this show makes a really good point of just like, you don't have to be just 100% noble, 100% like gonna do the right thing to be a hero. And I feel like that really worked, and I feel like she was really flawed in this, and they let her have flaws. And I'll get to the technical side of stuff too, but I really loved the supporting cast. Like, her friend was this bubbly, it had this bubbly personality that was just infectious. Like, just like, she was just a joy whenever she's like around. Like, it was a joy to see her on screen. Alden Ehrenreich, hope I'm pronouncing that right, as Obadiah Stane's son. Just, bro, he is a phenomenal actor. Just seeing him, his meekness, and like what that turns into, and just seeing that compared to like how he plays Han Solo or in Cocaine Bear, and just like he just has a lot of range, honestly. And so I really love their interplay, and like, how they play off each other. Like she's kind of a dick to him, and she makes him like man up a little bit. That was really fun, and like she really and they brought it back like old Iron Man tech. Like she's very mechanical with it. Like she's like just Iron Man 3-esque, where she's like popping out of the suit and it's not no nanotech. Like it just felt like a throwback to that, and that felt really tactile. I just feel like in her smarts and this, like the way her suit comes apart and she can like, she's at one point trying to like reach under a car and like do some things and hack or whatever, but like she can't reach it, so she remote has her glove do it. Like it's just really, I feel like it was really back to basics with Iron Man stuff, and I feel like that was really, it felt nostalgic in a good way, and not like a cheap way. And just hearing that metal clang together, man, the helmets clapping together, stuff like that, suit not crinkling, but just you know what I mean. But and then just I really love like the villains in this too. The Hood, and just having that tech versus magic, and then what she has to seek out to defeat the Hood, and the way she defeats the Hood. It's not like, again, I feel like it has one of the best ending for one of these shows, and up there with Loki. And then the way she defeats the villain, and the way where she ends at the end of this story. Like she has the cloak. Like it's just a really interesting ending. And I felt like it could have went the obvious route, the standard route, and I think it took a different turn, and I really appreciated that. And I really love the way this show looks. Like does this thing where like the edges of like the background like is blurry, and it just really gives it this grounded look. Yeah, I really did not expect to enjoy this so much. And that brings me to the point where the way that they're treating their black characters, I don't know if it's intentionally or what. The way they're treating their black characters is not it. Like for this show, I get like some of this stuff like Echo, Agatha, some of the other shows, they're products of the quantity over quality. Miss Marvel type beat. So they kind of want to, like, we're shifting to a more, quality focused MCU. Like they're pulling back on the shows. They're doing, going back to, 2-3 movies at most a year, stuff like that. And actually getting a writer's room and making a show like how you're actually supposed to make it. Where was this point going? Oh, and they kind of probably didn't have a lot of confidence in this show, and just the way the climate is right now, political climate, and just everyone's screaming about wokeness and whatnot, black female characters. So they kind of just dumped this show. This show had 6 episodes. Usually with the shows, week to week, show has 6 episodes. It's gonna air for 6 weeks. They released 3 episodes a week, so this show only got to air 2 weeks, and they just dumped the episodes, which is a shame, because you're gonna give these other shows room to breathe. Secret Invasion, fucking shit. You're gonna give these, Echo below mid. Like you're gonna give these shows to breathe. I think they kind of rushed Echo too, but why not let this show shine? It's actually pretty good. And then like you get the stuff with Captain America, like Captain America's Sam Wilson's first movie outing, and you're strapping him with this Israeli fucking character. You're making it a Hulk sequel. You're not doing the character justice. The stuff with Black Panther, how they're killing off T'Challa and whatnot, and not recasting him. And I get, rest in peace Chadwick, but like he's one of the most iconic. Black Panther is one of the most iconic black superheroes ever, and you're not handling him properly. So hopefully that changes in the future. Like the stuff with like Marvel Zombies, like he's voiceless in that because Chadwick did voice him in I think a previous episode of What If, and they say it's to honor his memory, but it's like at this point you're hurting the character more, honestly. And it's like, yes, that was devastating, but Chadwick isn't Black Panther. And rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman for sure, but it's just you're not doing your black characters justice. And I doubt we're gonna get an Ironheart season 2. Wonder Man is in December. Haven't really heard the marketing. I bet they're gonna shaft that too with the marketing. I just feel like they're not really handling their black characters too well, and it's really disappointing, honestly. Um, with that being said, I think Ironheart. Is it A tier for me? If this is B tier, if this is B tier, yeah, it's B tier. I would say I would. So does Daredevil need to? Nah. Yeah, that's B tier. So yeah, this is the. Well, I'm gonna rate the whole phase in a second, but this is Marvel Phase 5 tier list. What do you guys think about it? You think I'm tripping on some of these? You think I'm pretty accurate with it? What are your ratings for some of this stuff? What is for Phase 5? What is the best project to you, and what is the worst project to you? Let me know down below. Definitely interested to see what people say. But yeah, to put this on the whole phase on the tier list. All right, let's oh shoot, let's really. All right, let's stay right there for now. But let's really look at these. Banger. Hold on, what is okay? Before we get to the mid, so it's C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 above mid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 below mid or lower. And what if season 3 would probably be one of these D or terrible, not gonna lie. So that would be 8. And then freshman, I guess you wouldn't really count this. So, and freshman year would probably be up there somewhere. Haven't watched. I'm really going for C or B. Honestly, it's C. You know why? Because I feel like the sheer quantity of stuff and the success rate is not it. I feel like we wasted a lot of. I guess this is kind of jaded talk, but I feel like you wasted a lot of my time with some of these shows, and I feel like that is what's making me really sour on this saga, because there's just a lot of hours and a lot of mid to bullshit. Yeah, we'll go C tier for the overall phase. C tier. What do you rank this? What do you rank this phase, the MCU Phase 5 in the tier list? Let me know down below. But I don't want to keep yapping. Got tired of talking. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to follow me on the social medias: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Definitely on Twitter, I talk about more, just loosely about comic book movie news as it comes out. Go follow me over there. TikTok, I get more in depth with some comics, like if I get some new pickups, or I'm gonna start doing one shot reviews over there. So go follow me on Twitter or TikTok for that, and then Instagram, bro. We just getting fly over there, man. Just getting dapper, getting swaggy, dapper, fly, all this stuff. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Twos.